Hello and welcome to Experiencing Love. I'm your host, Philip Jocks, and I'm so glad that you're here. Today I have, a decently short episode. I wanted to tell a little story about some playfulness, some silliness that I've been feeling recently when it comes to actually dating, when it comes to meeting new people, meeting girls, having fun, and that type of fun where you're sitting alone in your car, laughing to yourself, knowing that, you know what, it's all right to feel like a little kid right now. It's all right to wonder what's coming next. So, with full innocence and full love and full just experiencing this life, enjoy this next story. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoy. And without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, friends, besties, everything in between. Do I have a story for you today? I decided I wanted to pivot a little bit and go more into story times rather than just telling you my mindset and what I'd love for you to believe. But on a real note, who cares? Like, real talk, who actually cares? I was talking to a friend yesterday and she's telling me some personal things that are going on in her life. And she looks at me and goes, "Oh my gosh, I literally haven't told anyone this. Like, please don't tell anyone." And then proceeds to also go, I don't know why, but like, I keep like telling you all of these things. I feel like you know so much about me. And I look at her and go, and I just want to let you know that you do it under zero pressure. Like, you fold under zero pressure. And we both laugh really hard about that. And she said the reason that she does that, the reason that she feels comfortable in sharing with this zero pressure is because of how open I can be about the things going on in my life. And it got me thinking. I was like, you know what? I've been told that before. I've been told that, Philip, the things that you share, the way that you share them, make me feel comfortable and safe in sharing about myself. And for starters, that touches me a lot. For starters, it's actually so reassuring to hear because that means there really is a lot of good that comes from being honest and sharing about myself. And so I want to keep doing that. And I got this little download for myself last night that, hey, you know what? Maybe it would help if I shared a little bit more like that in my videos rather than just this teaching type talking head without the actual physical head part. Those types of content. Maybe do some story times. And one thing I wanted to tell you a story about is about having this experience of being excited, right? Excited specifically when it comes to, let's call it friendships or relationships with other people. There's this time I remember driving in my car and I'm about to meet up with a friend, or I guess at the time we weren't quite friends yet. I was more curious about a romantic relationship starting from this. And I remember being on the way to meeting up with this person for the first time. And I remember physically shaking in my chair. Like, I was in my car and I was giggling, laughing, playing music, bouncing up in my seat in my car. And I just remember having this moment to myself where I was like, hey, you know what, Philip? You know what's really cool about all this? That you're feeling it. You're here. Enjoy this moment. Because those moments of giddiness, those moments of excitement don't last forever. When you get used to someone, we don't get excited like that anymore. And some people want to rush through that phase and get to the part in a relationship where they're already close and you do everything together and whatever else your ideal in a relationship looks like. But I make sure to remind myself, hey, you know what? It's actually so much fun to be in that first stage. Like, Philip, remember to have fun. I shared this story with my friend and about how anxiety and excitement live in the same parts of our body, like physically. Tightness in the chest, maybe sweaty or clammy hands, maybe a little bit of shaking. The only thing different between our experience of being nervous or being excited is what we're focused on and what language we're using. And I remember in that moment telling myself, I'm excited. I'm having so much fun. I can't wait to see what's going to come next. I can't wait to see what I'm going to experience. And I'll already give you a little sneak peek, a little heads up. Nothing ended up coming of this relationship yet, right? Big yet. But I will say that I enjoyed the time that I spend with this person. Even to this day, I enjoy spending time with so many different people because I always ask myself the question, you know what? Would I want to spend one more day with this person? And so many times the answer is yes. So many times the answer is hell yeah. Like, let's go. Let's go have some fun. Let's go climbing. Let's go running. Let's go to the movies. Let's go out to eat. Let's just drive around. Let's go grocery shopping. These are the things that I think about in these moments. I think about the opportunity that I have to just enjoy another person, enjoy how I'm feeling. Dude, I love that feeling of giddiness, and I still get it to this day, especially when someone new comes into my life and I have no clue who this person is, but they've shown interest of wanting to get to know me, and I already want to get to know them. I fucking love it. And I just love it so much. And because I think like this, because I've had that discussion in the car on the drive there to what may or may not have even been considered a date, I remember setting myself up for fun within the actual day itself, the actual activity. I just reminded myself, hey, you know what? It's not that deep. It's not that crazy. It's not anything insane. It is a simple interaction. It is a simple activity. And don't focus on saying the right thing or doing the right thing. Just focus on having fun. Do what would make you laugh. Be playful, be silly, be confident, and have some fun. And I promise you that this story is 100% real. Like, this is how I go through life. I go through life very analytically sometimes, very factual. But then when emotions come into play, which they inevitably do, it just makes everything just a little bit more fun. A few days ago, I was talking with another friend of mine, and I've recently met this girl that without a doubt I'm interested in, without a doubt would love to get to know more about. And so I was talking with this one friend who noticed that I liked this other girl, and they look at me and they go, so how's it going? And I just remember getting so red to my face because they said it in that way that I knew exactly what they were talking about. I knew exactly what they were referencing. They knew exactly what they were talking about. And they laughed at me. And I was just like, shut up. You're done. Stop talking. I don't want to talk about this. Like, red in my face, blushing. And even though I was saying all those things, I knew deep down I was just laughing. I was just very giddy. And that's the point. It's not about why I'm giddy. Well, I guess it kind of is. But the point is, in that moment, I'm feeling this like childlike excitement, this like playfulness. And why not sit in that for a little bit? I had someone tell me recently that they feel silly feeling this way or thinking this way about being this like giddy excitement about like holding hands or something, or maybe the first kiss coming on the way. And it's just so important to be like, hey, you know what? Enjoy it, because you won't always feel this excited for this person in this way. Like, have some fun. And they were saying, how it feels silly. And I'm like, you know what? I find it kind of silly how we say feeling that way is childish. It's almost like we've created these rules that as an adult, we're not allowed to feel playful. We're not allowed to feel super giddy and excited. No, I think the goal in life is to race back to that childlike feeling as fast as possible. The people who are really winning in life are those who have grown up and come to realize that, the real goal in life is to feel joy, is to feel like a child, is to feel playful, to feel curious and excited, to look around with wonder at the world. I don't want to ever take myself too seriously. Yeah, I could be a serious person. Yeah, I could really get super deep, super emotional, super analytical, like I was saying before. But in reality, what I truly want to feel more often is like letting my inner child come out and play. I don't want to hide that forever just because I turn a certain age. No, never that. What I want is to have fun, to enjoy this life, because I don't believe that we have to wait till a certain time to feel a certain way. I can be here and put in the work and help people and make these videos and be serious when I have to be serious at the same time that I can feel joy every single day. I could have fun every single day. I can laugh every single day. And I'm not talking about just the type of laughter you get from, say, mindlessly scrolling on social media and getting those giggles, getting those dopamine hits, but those giggles that don't usually last. I'm talking about the type of giggles where something truly silly, something ridiculous happens, and you can't stop laughing to yourself for like 30 minutes. You know exactly what type of laugh I'm talking about. You get it like with your best friends, right? Or your family, when someone just does something so absurd that you can't help but have it sear into your brain as a moment of extreme playfulness. I want that in my life. And that's what I'm creating in my life. That's the cool part. It's a choice. So I don't know if I fully did a good job telling a story. I think I still went on this sideways rant about how I want to live my life. But you know what? That is actually how my stories usually go. when I talk about them in real life, I'll always tie some mindset or some lesson to a story I have going on, unless I'm just trying to relate to someone. Like they told me something and I'm like, oh, I did something like that, and then I tell that story. But inevitably, my conversations go to connection, towards relating with someone. And I hope that when I share stuff like this, you do relate. I hope that when I share this, you do look around and say, oh, you know what? Philip kind of knows what I got going on, just a little bit. Maybe not the full picture, but he's right about this. And if I did a good job doing that, if I was able to do that, I pat myself on the back. I know I'm doing something right. And in the end, that's all I could really ask for. So here we are at the end of today's episode. Again, I didn't want to make this one too long. I just wanted to share a little story about myself, share a little bit about how these days I'm feeling excited, I'm feeling giddy, and I'm feeling ready to put more smiles on my face, more smiles on the faces of the people around me, because I just want to leave my corner of the world a little bit better than the way I found it. So if you enjoyed today, let me know. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Whatever you feel like would let me know that you like this type of stuff, you like these types of videos, and want to hear more. And until next time, just remember to always fill up with the love. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.